Hi everyone, we're going to talk about the quadratic formula in this video. Okay, I need a pen. Quadratic. We have been talking about quadratic equations, okay, for several videos. I have been. So there is a formula actually can apply to all kinds of quadratic equations. So let's first try to derive the quadratic formula, and second I will tell you guys how to use it. Alright, first we have the standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, and we just assume a is greater than 0 in this case. Okay, a, b, c, they are both constants. Okay, so now we know they're constants and x is the unknown we're trying to find. Let's try to represent x by using ABC. Okay, see how that comes out to be. First, okay, we have to, there's a eraser. Okay. First, we have to make sure the coefficient in front of x squared goes to 1. That means a goes to 1. By doing that, we have to divide by a both sides of this equation. Bx plus c over a equals 0. Okay. Second step, we can use complete the square to solve this, right? We move the constant term c over a, okay, this term. We minus that both sides of this equation, so it turns out to be negative c over a. Right? Now let's complete this. Complete the square. Okay, I need more space. Alright. Okay. So the term we're supposed to add is here, okay? Is where we have 1/2 of the coefficient in front of x and then square that. Because we don't have an actual number in this case, so the expressions might be a bit long, but that's okay. Right? It looks more complicated, but it's not that bad. Okay, b over 2a and then square that is what we add. This is the term. Okay, and now we can do the same thing on the right hand side. You have to make the equation equal, right? So we have to add these two terms on both sides of the equation. Okay, now we have x plus b over a x, okay, factor it out, I have b squared. Here we have 4a squared. Okay. We have minus c over a, this term doesn't change. And b squared over 4a squared. Okay. Then complete the square on the left hand side. We have x plus b over 2a, the whole thing square. Okay, that's good. We complete the square. We got into this form that something square equals to a whole chunk of things. Now in this case, we want to find a common denominator, okay, which is 4a squared, right? And then add these two terms together, okay, to make our form look nicer. Okay, and it will become our, help us to have a more simplified, formal, the final formula for this. Okay, 4ac, okay, here, hold on a second, times a, yeah, obviously, because you timed 4a, okay, in the denominator right here, you're supposed to time the 4a, 4a in the numerator as well. Okay. So, now we know that we're going to get a positive and negative number. Right here we're going to have two roots for this equation when we solve it. So positive, negative, okay, we square root the whole thing, b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Okay, and we can simplify a bit more before we do anything else on the right hand side. Okay, so we have 2a comes out, and as I said, I assumed a is greater than 0 in this case. Okay, so otherwise I have to add like a absolute value for it. Okay, so okay, the solution is coming out quite nicely. X equals to plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2, okay, 2a minus 2ab, okay, and then if we combine, okay, they have the common denominator, both are 2a, which is nice, so we don't have to do anything extra for this. Okay, I have 2a, and I'll put the negative b in front, plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so this is our quadratic formula right here. We actually derived it. Okay, this is important. Okay, you should memorize it because you're going to see all kinds of things. Actually have to use this formula to solve, and it really helps you. It's very universal. Okay, I'm putting a big star right here. All right, let's see example by using this formula. Okay, how we actually use it. Okay, let's have example 1. Now we have equation of 2x plus 3 over 2 equals to x squared. Alright, this is not exactly in the standard form of this quadratic equation, so we can basically change it. Okay, we have x squared, okay, minus, we have 2x squared. Oh, okay. So we have, okay, we time it 2 first. Let's do that. Let's get rid of the fraction first. Okay, we don't want anything, you know, bottom in the bottom for that. So we have 4x plus 3, and then we get a 2x squared. Just help us to simplify our calculation later on. Right? And then we can have on the left hand side, okay, we have 2x squared minus 4x minus 3 equals 0. Okay, we basically, you know, you can think of like minus 4x minus 3 on both sides of the equation. Okay, then we have this. Just put everything on one side first. Okay, then we can compare to our standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, okay, equals to 0. So we can see, you know, what actually these terms are. So this is obviously our a, and this is our b term, okay, b, and our c is negative 3. Be very careful about the negative signs, just because they can be tricky and sometimes you forget, okay, and then your solution comes out to be incorrect. Okay, so let's look at this, and the formula we had, I hope we wrote it down. Okay, we can directly apply to what we have. X equals, I'll write it here over again. We have 2a minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Okay, this whole thing. Excuse my writing. This thing is hard to actually write on. Okay, so our a is 2. So we have 2 times 2 in the denominator. Our negative b, okay, b is negative 4, and we have negative sign in front. So basically we came out to be positive 4, but we'll leave out like that first. A big chunk. So we have negative 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 2. Then we have a negative 3 as our c. Okay. More space. Okay. And then we have 4 in the denominator and 4 here, plus minus 16 minus, we have a plus, okay, because minus comes out to be positive. Okay, we have plus 24. Okay, if we try to simplify a bit more, okay, it come out to be 40 right here. 16 plus 24. Okay, and then you square root that. Okay, you have a 2 factored out, and then okay, 4 plus minus. Basically, you have 40, and then you have 4 times 10, and then you square root the 4. You have 2 comes out. You can have a 10 inside, still inside the square root. Okay, and then you can divide by 2, both in denominator and the numerator. So you have a 2. Okay, 2 plus minus square root 10. Okay, so that's your solution. Okay, for your x. These are 2 roots for this quadratic equation. Okay, and you can check if it works by substitute back in, what x equals, and see this the left hand side equals to the right hand side. If it does, then great. If not, that means you made some mistake in between. Okay, so that's it. See you next time.